forget something? Продолжи така.
Go sleep, bruh.
Shock him.
We be burning like the sun with nobody.
Wanna get burned again? How about that? Oh, they on fire. Oh crap. Burn him. Shock him. Oh, why you go so far away from me? Oh, you healing me, but I'm surrounded.
I got you. That guy got instant heals, bro. Literally. What is
Nah, come here, come here.
zombie?
Starting with the specialists, we're going with Firewall for 4 reasons. First one will be the enriched magnesium formula, which gives you 20% burn duration. Second one is Frontline Recovery, which gives you 30% health on kill. And then we're going with the extracellular matrix mesh, which gives you the 200% armor and health regen over 10 seconds. The final reason is the Firewall Tactical Link talent. Allies deal plus 10% damage to enemies that are within 10 meters of you. So if you're using this build for team play, it also helps your team out that way. All right, getting to the rest of the build. All right, I know you guys picked this build simply, or watched this video simply because of the thumbnail. It's probably interesting, right? The equalizer, and then I'm using refactor. All right, once I heard about this, the talents on this actual gear set, it just got my juices flowing as far as in my brain. All right, don't be going crazy on me now, getting all nasty out there. But simply, I wanted to make a build out of fire. All right, mainly fire, but I wind up finding fire plus a weapon that just made this whole build do what it does. Okay, let's get into that. No more talk. All right, so first weapon we're going with is the Pyromaniac. You know, that comes with the perfectly ignited, amplifies weapon damage by 30% to burning enemies after 3 kills, applies burn to the next enemy you hit. All right, we got assault rifle health damage target out of cover, and we have this expertise to level 15. All right, the next weapon is the sidearm. We have the orbit as usual, pistol damage to target out of cover, and the talent is perfect finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing the enemy grants 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. All right, and then we have the pestilence. Okay, after using the pestilence with this build is what gave me the idea for the name equalizer for the build. Okay, simply because I was using everything fire. I did start off testing this build with the blue screen, but it worked a little bit, but then I was like, you know what, let me try the pestilence. Let me see what the pestilence does. And man, did it not put the icing on the cake with this one, or the cherry on top, whichever one. But we have the pestilence, which balanced this entire build out because it is mainly a skill build. And then you know what the talent of what the pestilence does, which is Plague of the Outcast. Hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times whenever an enemy dies. With this debuff, 100% of the stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters, which is perfect for what we're doing. We're setting people on fire. And now I'm gonna show you the other piece of this cake, which is the crash bag. Okay, it's Hannah U. We get 10% skill haste, skill tier. We have this expertise to level 4, and then we got status effect, skill haste, 10.8% skill haste, it's not maxed out, and 11.7% skill haste mod. The talent is Creeping Death that we rolled onto this. When you apply a status effect, it is applied to all enemies within 8 meters of your target. All right, guys, listen. As you saw in the gameplay, this build was literally slaughtering. And let's get to the refractor. Okay, just show you what we're running on it, and then I'll break it down. So we got the mask, skill tier, status effect with skill haste mod. We have the chest piece, and the talent on the chest piece gives you increased interest. Increase the repairs received from return to sender from 10% to 25%, and from 20% to 35%. Now, return to sender is receive repairs of 10% of the damage dealt by your skills. Your allies receive repairs of 20% of the damage dealt by your skills. Okay, the thing is, you see, the 10% goes to you, that is now boosted to 25%, and then 20% that goes to your allies is now boosted to 35%. It's practically healing you. It's regen on crack. Okay, I can't imagine making a regen build on top of this, which I'm actually working on. I have that in the works right now, but yo, that's crazy. That's a lot of healing, bro, with status effect. So let's get to the rest of the pieces. We got the gloves, skill tier, crit chance. All right, and then we have the knee pads. Okay, skill tier, skill damage. All right, and then these, not these, but the holster is the exotic holster, Imperial Dynasty, which we're using. Have skill tier, status effect, hazard protection. We have this expertise at 12. Dragon's Glare. While in combat, applies burn to the enemy closest to you within 20 meters. Okay, loved it. Perfect for the build, guys. This build was so much fun that I got stuck. I had to figure out another build, and I'm like, bro, I got other builds I need to build because I was having so much fun with this build, you know. So let's finish breaking down the refactor. All right, so you get 2 pieces, 15% status effect, 3 pieces, 25% skill damage. All right, and we've broken down the 4th piece, which is return to sender. The repairs you receive from the damage that your skills do. So when you have them under continuous status effect or continuous damage from your skills, which is why I use the combination of the drone as well as the chem launcher, the fire chem launcher, because the fire chem launcher keeps them under status effect for a few seconds. The more status effect you have, the more damage is dealt. Okay, and then we have I also switched between using the bleed hive as well, so that helps too. So bleed hive, chem launcher, either one, you know, is good. But that's what I chose to do, which was the drone, because that drone follows around and constantly is shooting, and then you have it at skill tier 6, so you know your thing is on beast mode. And then I have mine up to level 20, expertise level 20, so I'm getting that extra 20% damage upon the gear set in the 6 skill tiers. But that is the build, guys. Let's look at some stats real quick. Okay, we got 16% crit hit chance. Yep, because we're not really out here trying to do damage with with DPS, you know, weapon damage. We're not. And then we have 45% crit hit damage. This is a skill build, and as you saw, it demolished. And with the actual what do you call that, the global modifiers, I had them turned off for doing the new climax mission, but I had on the let me see, turn it on real quick. Okay, yep, this is what I was running. I was running overdrive. Okay, and then I had kills with skills, double momentum gain. I was running pulse, but I then turned from that. Let's see, I didn't have on Reaper scan, wasn't using a shield. So this is what we were running, guys. Yep, I think I had this on. I know I had momentum on because I was like, this is a fire build, and I did pulse, but then I took the pulse off, and then I wound up leaving that on anyway, so it is what it is. But oh, this is what I had on. So I had on Regen battery, okay, for the drone. For the player drones that are destroyed or dismantled, apply shock to 2 nearby enemies. So that's what else I had on. So I had this on for the drone, and then I also had on aggressive drone, which increases the striker drone's damage by 50% but reduces its duration by 40%. So when you see that 20% plus 50%, we're running 70% striker drone damage on top of whatever it's getting from the skill tier 6. So this is the build, guys, and when you activate that overdrive, you get another 30%. So you see that we're up here looking at 100% skill damage when you activate overdrive. Okay, but this is the build breakdown, guys, and this is where I finalized it at with this setup. And like I said, I go back and forth between the drone and the hive, bleed hive. Either one is to constantly put your enemies under status effect and doing damage, and then you use the pestilence to now spread that weapon damage from each enemy. And I'm telling you, it feels like you're running DPS on hills on kryptonite. Okay, but you guys let me know what you think about the build. This is what we did, and I enjoyed this build. Hope you guys check it out for yourself, you know, or tweak it however you like it. But remember, it's your boy T'Challa. To like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, let me know what you think. If you like it, if you don't, you know, either way, just let me know what you think in the comment section. Share the video. Remember, like, subscribe, and it's your boy T'Challa out.